So yeah, this is the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot trailer, the new Bardock one that dropped. I had made a previous video on this DLC before. We played all of Kakarot. We did all the DLCs, I think, besides Battle of Gods or Resurrection F, because, you know, I didn't like those arcs. So we're going to play this, see what they have for us with Bardock, because the Trunks DLC was one of the greatest DLCs of all time. Battle of Planet Kanasa. Defeat the Kanasis. Oh, these are the guys he got the visions from. Okay. People are like speculating that he might have a transformation.
Let me show you what I've got.
So he's got Torva with him. Oh, Torva. Think about RuneScape armor. Well, Bardock's not talking yet.
I've got this.
He's not even wearing the headband yet, so that's a nice attention to detail. I low-key can't wait to go back to this game. This game was pretty fun. You're gonna have that next-gen update too.
Took a show of it.
Boss just sounded like Genkai. She sounded kind of oldish. She always sound like that? She was always like Wish / Walmart Gine. Gine.
Let me show you what I've got.
Damn, she's like all up in my ear. Thinking Smash. Okay. I like the look of the planet. Like I'm seeing other parts of the Dragon Ball realm here being fleshed out, which is nice. I hope we get more of these. I wonder if DLC is gonna happen after. What's gonna happen now? That's 34 out of 145, and then plus 66, 110. Okay, so he's got 35 more flame bullets. Combat looks lit.
Let me show you what I've got.
It's a long ass battle. 145 of them you're trying to exterminate. Surprised he's not using the full power up spark. That energy bullet.
Let me show you what I've got.
Damn, 145. It's interesting to see. Okay, so these are the season pass 2. Pretty dope. I wonder, does anybody have any guesses for these? Broly movie, maybe? Which movies do you think are going to pass for this? But this one's going to be pretty dope. Bardock alone against fate. More in depth about Bardock. You have him without the bandana. So once you see this happens to him, Torva is going to be the one and all this people. Oh my God. Bardock is going to be lit. It's going to be lit. I think it's better than Battle of Gods Resurrection F in terms of DLC. The new story arcs, hopefully it's the Broly movie. Please be the Broly movie. The OG Z Broly movie. Because it's Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, not Dragon Ball Super, but we did get Battle of Gods, Resurrection F. However, those are Z movies to begin with, so there's always a chance. Either that or Janemba is going to show up here. I think Janemba would be one. What do you guys think? Gogeta and DLC, Gogeta and Broly are just literally insta-cells. I think that's insta-cells, so you think Broly or Gohan Beast? I think they're going to hold off on Gohan Beast for now. I feel like that's more of a super thing. This is still Dragon Ball Z stories. Maybe Lord Slug. The #1 thing to kill the DLC, no fucking Garlic Jr. or Dead Zone DLC. Oh my God. The Dead Zone movie was the first Dragon Ball movie I'd ever seen. That shit had aired on Toonami on a Friday night. I remember in the middle, I think, of the Buu saga. And I was so shook. I think it was right after Vegeta had killed himself against the Fat Boo. They aired that one the next week, and I was like, yo, what is this shit? Why is this so dark and Tony, and it's kind of mid, and you got Goku and Piccolo still enemies and shit. I was like, number one thing, don't make no Garlic Jr. shit. I would say for these two, if we're going with this, please be Z Broly or Janemba's movie. Those are the first two that come to mind, because then you get Gogeta, Broly, right? If not, then maybe Lord Slug, but I doubt that, because I mean, there's not that much hype for that transformation. False Super Saiyan. You think Bojack would be a good movie? Bojack, I would like Bojack. But Torva and Fashion, Tapion DLC, that's Tapion DLC might be good. However, the main character I feel like still has to revolve around Goku because it's Kakarot. So that's mainly Kid Trunks. Even though Goku had the Super Dragon Fist, SS3, it's tough. It's tough. Let me know when you guys see this on YouTube. Comment in the comment section. What do you guys think? Because I'm gonna be posting this to the main channel, but take some guesses as to what these two are gonna be. Season 2 definitely looks lit with this one though, because like I said, Trunks' DLC, that final DLC pack for season 1, one of the greatest DLCs I've ever played. Trunks plus Shin Budokai, you guys had called it for me while we were live streaming it, was one of the greatest DLCs I ever played, and it really did more than what the anime even did for future Trunks. And yeah, they kind of hinted at him killing Deborah, but they had everything just go so freaking epic. Yeah, if you went SS3, I would have just nutted on the spot. But I'm glad we get to see the planets out here, and we're fighting the Kanasans, and they have the visions, and they're being more fleshed out, and we're getting to see the other parts of the Dragon Ball world, planets that we've never seen. We'll probably maybe see Yardrat in more depth and all the other planets, which is pretty dope. I like that. They're level 21s here, so low level, so I don't know how much they can really span into this small amount of time. Are they gonna have this particular Bardock run into the bar and warn everybody? I hope they change that part, because I love this movie as a kid. I think History of Trunks and Bardock's movie were my favorite. They were the ones that were canon. These two had aired, I think, week after week on Toonami when I was a kid, so I loved both of them. However, as I got older, I was like, yo, Bardock, you dickhead. Sean loves this character to death, my brother. You guys already know he loves him. He's his character icon on everything. And Bardock is a badass. The color scheme, the Christmas themes on him and everything. It's just the fact that he's the translations all over the place being like, yo, he was a scientist. No, he was a warrior, or this or that and the other. The man ran into a bar to go warn everybody. They laughed him off. And I was like, oh. And then he looked at Kakarot. He's like, average power level, deadbeat Bardock, still badass, holding the blood of his teammates on his forehead and stuff. And I was like, God damn it. At least they redeemed him with the newer one, and he became more of a wholesome father. They rewrote him in Super, but still excited to play this renegade version of Bardock. Do you think maybe they may have Super Saiyan Bardock if they include with not only the story of him alone with Fate, but there's the chilled part, right? So according to one of the movies that we never really have seen in video games, chilled. So he gets hit by Frieza's blast, it sends him back in time, and then he meets an ancestor of Frieza, and he ends up becoming the Super Saiyan that takes that one out. And I think he becomes a Saiyan of legend because of it. So maybe they might even go that far against everything, alone against Fate, or they might end it right where Frieza is, where it's always iconic. We've seen it in Xenoverse 2, we've seen it everywhere, but this will be the most fleshed out version. The thing about Trunks' DLC, going back to that one, was because that one wasn't really covered in any of the games besides Shin Budokai. So I'm hoping they add something like that element to it where, okay, we get something you've never really played before in gaming. That's worth it for the money. If you get to see Chilled, I think that's worth it for the money. I wish they made a part where Bardock stopped the ball of energy. It could be crazy. Bardock the bad man. History of Trunks is also your favorite. Yo. Bardock aged like wine. Started out with Black Air Force energy, turned into a carry father. It's I just hope, like, if they add the chilled part of his story, that's first time in gaming. I feel like, well, in mainstream gaming, so that would make every cent that you spend on this worth it. And plus, if you're only like level 20 right here, right, you get more depth for the RPG version of the character. Like, you can get to level 40, 50 if necessary, or even higher, versus just having it to level 50. That's it. You know what I mean? I don't know how much each DLC costs. I'm guessing like $10. I'm guessing 10 to 15 bucks per each. One cooking item, you get the effects of HP and key def up. But that's Dragon Ball Z Kakarot official Bardock's gameplays trailer coming soon. So I'm guessing early next year, if anything. And then we got the next two that's gonna be coming. Fuck the Chill story, one ton of content. Chilled about to be an hour long. That's at least I feel like it'll add some more for the amount you pay for this. Where we turn Super Saiyan against Frieza. I doubt that would happen. I think they're gonna have to keep it iconic to like the mainstay story. But at least with Chill, they'll be a little bit more creative because you don't really see it. That's why I'm like, it's more of a creative outlook. Same thing with Trunks' area. It was more of a creative thing going up to Bobby and Deborah and being able to fuck them up. You know what I mean? You say you like Bardock. He had a very interesting background to his character. You can see why Shaw likes him a lot. I loved Bardock as a kid. As I got older, I was like, damn, he's an asshole. Serious Black Air Force energy. But that's going to be it for this, guys. Make sure when you guys see this video on YouTube, smash the like button, subscribe, and let me know your comments and thoughts on Bardock and what do you guys think should happen for him in his DLC. Do you think he should fight Shield? Do you think it should end where Frieza's at? How do you feel about him and the gang, and what do you think is going to be the best part about it? All right, so